It's Memorial Day, and it's episode 264 of Nerd Sports. Everybody, welcome. Uh, we will be getting joined by Colin later, but until then, you just have to deal with our smiling faces.
Hello, everybody.
But I hope everybody's Memorial Day weekend has been going well.
That's good.
No, I wasn't stating that as in like I was asking you. I was saying I hope everybody's weekend has been going well.
Yeah, there is.
What you just said.
That was accidental.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I discovered one of the I guess seasonal flavors of Monster Zero Sugar. Dude, the ultra red, white, and blue Raz.
I don't think that's seasonal. I think that's everybody's doing the 250 stuff.
But
have you seen the commercial for Dodge for the truck?
Yeah.
Dude.
But this, bro.
Really?
So bueno. Oh yeah. So bueno. That stuff will kill your kidneys. Yeah, well, there's worse things. We're gonna obviously start the show off as per usual. We're gonna hand things off to our esteemed producer David Dickerman, albeit very briefly, for this week's edition of Weird Sports. David,
Yeah, the weird sport part, it's not going to be weird sport. I just found for Memorial Day and usually for veterans, we used to if we're on for that day, I'm gonna start doing this one. This is a good little caveat.
Stood and faced God, which must always come to pass. He hoped his shoes were shining just as brightly as his brass. Step forward now, soldier. How shall I deal with you? Have you always turned the other cheek? To my church, have you been true? The soldier squared his shoulders and said, no, Lord, I guess I ain't. Because those of us who carry guns can't always be a saint. I've had to work most Sundays, and at times my talk was tough. And sometimes I've been violent because the world is awfully rough. But I never took a penny that wasn't mine to keep, though I worked a lot of overtime when the bills got just too steep. And I never passed a cry for help, though at times I shook with fear. And sometimes, dear God, forgive me, I've wept unmanly tears. I know I don't deserve a place among the people here. They never wanted me around, except to calm their fear. If you've a place for me here, Lord, it needn't be so grand. I've never expected or had too much, but if you don't, I'll understand. There was silence all around the throne where saints had often trod, as the soldier waited quietly for the judgment of his God. Step forward now, you soldier. You have borne your burdens well. Walk peacefully on heaven's streets. You've done your time in hell.
I always like that one.
Yeah. Well, man, how do you follow that up?
Yeah, I usually find
Right now,
stuff.
there is a no-hitter alert going. Houston is playing in Texas against the Rangers. They are up with 2 on, 2 out, 4-0 over the Texas Rangers. Obviously,
Okay.
the Astros have a no-hitter going right now.
Hold on. Does that little thing goes in for the if you're in the stadium or out of the stadium?
At this point, I don't care if it's a jinx. I know where you're going with it. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
But that's something.
But hey, you know what? It would be the first no-hitter of the season.
Yeah.
Hey, great. Good on you if you guys can get it. But yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot. Everybody's wearing the poppy patch on the on their jerseys today. Uh, baseball do what baseball do on Memorial Day. They play. Um, a lot of racing going on this weekend as well. I kind of want to turn the clock back a little bit to this past Thursday.
Yeah, that was some really unexpected news.
Yeah.
And to hear what actually happened.
Well, let me get into it a little bit. For as long as I have watched NASCAR, I've always rooted for Earnhardt, whether it be Dale Sr., Dale Jr., and after Jr. retired, just kind of the Hendricks Motorsports stable in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Kyle Busch came into this, when he came into the series back in, initially it was 2001. He was a cocky, brash, no nonsense, in your face kind of talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
He debuted in the Truck Series at 16, and he was basically the reason why NASCAR instituted a rule that you had to be 18 to drive in their top 3 touring series. Oh, when he came back and he was 18, he made his debut again. First race, he finished second. And between that day and most recently, Friday, a week ago, not this past Friday, but the Friday before last, he had managed to amass more victories than any other driver in NASCAR history, eclipsing the once untouchable record of Richard Petty, the King, at 200 victories. Kyle Busch scored his 234th career NASCAR victory. I didn't like him. He was, again, cocky. He wasn't afraid to wear the black hat. He wasn't afraid to be that guy that played the villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Busch, Cup, 2004 Cup champion, once said that if you think I'm good, you think I'm a good race car driver, you should see my little brother. And Kyle Busch was his little brother, and he was really good. The rough edges started to wear off and smooth out as he met his eventually to become wife Samantha. And again, when Brexton, his oldest son, was born, and then Lennox. I found myself starting to root for Kyle Busch, and I've mentioned it on the show, weeks past, where I'm like, I would really love to see Kyle Busch score a victory here. He managed to put together a NASCAR record, which I don't think is ever going to get touched, winning at least one race in 19 consecutive seasons. 19 consecutive seasons. Visiting victory lane at least one time.
Damn.
In the Cup Series.
How many times does that actually happen?
Never.
Never?
It's never. He has a couple of owners championships in the Truck Series through his team that he once owned, Kyle Busch Motorsports. He's got a drivers championship in the now O'Reilly's Riley's Auto Parts Series, and he's a 2-time NASCAR Cup champion.
So he's
The news Thursday hit me a lot harder than I thought it did, than I thought it was going to. Initially, I thought it was one of those BS AI website, things that just generate a clickbait article putting it out there that Kyle Busch had passed away. I'm verifying social media accounts. I'm verifying web pages, both reputable, non-reputable. Everybody was reporting the same thing. And then when NASCAR officially came out and made the statement, Kyle Busch died. He passed away. The family eventually, this past Saturday, announced, or no, it was, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
They announced the cause of death. He had a severe case of pneumonia that developed into sepsis.
Yeah.
And the sepsis is what took Kyle Busch from us. The sepsis is what took Samantha Busch's husband away, Brexton and Lennox's father away, and a race car driver that was a generational talent, in my opinion. Love him, hate him, cheered for him, booed for him. He didn't care. As long as you were there, you were making noise. But he was more than just the stats on the track. He and his wife, both of their children were born through IVF. And that led them to start the Bundles of Joy Foundation, which provides resources to women who need to use IVF to have a baby. Their efforts were recently recognized when Samantha was in Washington, D.C., and the president signed a bill, or I think it was a bill or an executive order making IVF treatment and drugs more affordable.
It was an executive order.
Well, okay. All right. But still. In 2001, before we lost Dale Earnhardt in the final turn of the Daytona 500, during the pre-race, he told a reporter, today, you're going to see something today that you ain't never seen before. On Friday at Dover, when Kyle Busch, in dominating fashion, won the truck race for Junior Motorsports, the reporter that interviewed him at the start finish line asked him, why do these mean so much to you, Kyle? And he said, well, you never know when the last one is going to be. It turns out he was right. I can confidently say that we may never, ever see another driver like Kyle Busch. He was able to do things in his car on the track that no other human being on this planet should have any business doing, let alone thinking about trying. Darrell Waltrip used to say that Kyle Busch could be, he's the only driver in NASCAR history that could make himself 3 wide while he's in the lead. So, I mean, he busted up a lot of race cars, but he took a lot of race cars to victory lane.
Did you see what Darren Earnhardt did?
Dale Jr.?
Yeah.
His promo, his voiceover that he did prior to the race yesterday. Yeah, I did see that.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, that video was AI, but the NASCAR community in general came together, and they're paying for all of his funeral expenses.
Okay.
Don't trust those videos that you see that are shot in selfie mode, especially ones that are like up close and you see up their nose.
Dang it.
Always verify it. Always verify, David. We've been in this game 264 weeks, man. Come on. We know better than that.
Well, I still got the Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a beautiful tribute to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that before the race on Prime, that was great. Samantha, Lennox, and Brexton all made an appearance at the racetrack yesterday prior to the Coca-Cola 600. In my book, Kyle Busch is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. If he's not unanimous, something's wrong with the system.
It still takes 5 years to get in the Hall of
No,
Fame,
I
right?
know. Yeah. But when he becomes eligible, definitely he's getting in. Richard Childress Racing suspended use of the number 8. Rewrapped his race car to the number 33 and put out a statement that said that the number 8 will not be used going forward. It will be suspended. And that the number 8 will not be used. It will be retired until Brexton Busch is ready to go NASCAR racing. They're going to save the number for Brexton. And Brexton is already crisscrossing the country, doing mini sprints, not outlaws, but Legends Racing, mini late model stock. I mean, this kid can drive, and he's 11. He just turned 11. And to see what this 11-year-old stud, this 11-year-old man, if you'll indulge me, showed the country, showed the world yesterday, when his dad was being honored trackside.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha, rightfully so, was just absolutely emotional, breaking down. She was crying. I mean, Brexton was there. He was a rock. He was a rock. My boys, they're lucky. David, you and I are lucky. We still have our dads.
Mm-hmm.
My step boys, they lost their dad. I can't even begin to imagine what that must feel like. My dad is 71, 72, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, he's in his 70s. And I'm still not ready to lose my dad. I'm just not. I'm about to be 49 years old, and I'm not ready to lose my dad. But Brexton Busch yesterday put on a clinic on what it means to be an anchor. The tributes across the NASCAR community, even at the Indianapolis 500, they did a silent lap at lap 18, which was Kyle Busch's old number at Joe Gibbs Racing when he drove the M&M's car. NASCAR yesterday during the Coke 600, they did a silent lap at lap number 8, which was Kyle Busch's current number, his last number. Both the Indianapolis 500 and NASCAR, they did what's called the missing man formation during the parade laps. The pole position was left open, and they did one lap with the pole position open. That's their version of the missing man. And listening to NASCAR radio, listening to shows like Sirius Speedway with Dave Moody, the late drive, the morning drive. There was a lot of fans calling in. They were like, hey, we should just take the weekend off. Well, there's a reason why we don't do that. A couple of reasons. One, the Coke 600 is Memorial Day weekend, and that has been a NASCAR tradition for as long as I can remember. We honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. 2, we didn't take a week off when Dale Earnhardt Sr. died. We didn't take a week off when any of these other drivers died, whether it be Harry Gant, whether it be Alan Kawicki, Davey Allison, Adam Petty. The racing community did what the racing community knows to do, and that's show up at the track and go racing. Right? And that's what they did. And let me tell you, the Kyle Busch effect is going to be felt for a very, very long time. Just like Dale Earnhardt, cultivating and developing the talent that we're going to see and that we're currently seeing in the Cup Series and for years to come. Kyle Busch had his hands in a lot of different talent pools, so to speak, right? I was trying to think of a way to say that without it sounding creepy. But everybody wore Kyle Busch memorial hats. Everybody had either his signature on their name rail, which is above the window on the driver's side. They had his nickname Rowdy on the name rail, or they had memorial stickers on their B pillars. But at the end of the day, it was about getting this race done to the best of their ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Suarez ended up winning the Coke 600 last night. The race was shortened because of rain, but it was only shortened by 24 laps. Daniel Suarez was mentored by Kyle Busch a lot. And seeing these grown men cry when they were asked about Kyle Busch, hey, Gurley, we talk about not letting celebrity deaths really kind of like get to us, because it's like, hey, they put their pants on one leg at a time too. But when you invest, 20 something years of your time and energy rooting for or against a particular athlete, and yes, drivers are athletes. I will die on that hill. I don't care what Stephen A. Smith says. It kind of becomes, I don't know, more or less a part of the family. I mean, we're inviting them into our homes one day a week, sometimes 3 times a week, depending on how many times they race. But to see the outreach, the outpouring, and the responses, and the sentiments that were being put out by drivers, executives, team owners, crew chiefs, car chiefs, engineers, everybody who had something to do with Kyle Busch over the course of his career, put something out on social media, over the last few days. And I think we're going to continue to see that. We're going to continue to see 18 and 8 flags, merchandise, Kyle Busch merchandise all over the place for a few years. I mean, it's going on. It's been 25 years since we lost Dale Earnhardt. And we still see Dale Earnhardt gear at the racetrack.
Lots of it.
So is Kyle Busch one of the best to ever do it? Yeah. I think he is. Does he have the 7 championships? No. But when you look at what he was able to do with the steering wheel in his hand, I mean, it just, dude, that transcends the tag of generational talent. That's something that I don't think we're going to ever see again. And if we do, it's not going to be for a while. And, if there is such a thing as a racing gene, I think that we're not going to see it until Brexton Busch turns 18. And he's out there beating and banging with with these young upstarts starting in the Truck Series. And I mean, we only got to wait 7 more years for Brexton to start breaking into NASCAR. So, I'm looking forward to that. Uh, we'll just have to, I mean, the only thing that we can do as fans is just continue to tune in, continue to show up at the racetrack, continue to buy merchandise, continue to support our drivers, continue to support this great sport. Drivers, they're going to take care of it, right? They're going to take care of the deal on their end. They're going to show up week in, week out. They're going to go racing, right? Because I mean, yes, while the show has to go on, it's one of those. It's cliche to say it, but I mean it's true, right? There's really no other way to put it, other than the fact that I mean, just like Dale, it's what Kyle would have wanted, right? Uh, man, and I've caught myself, getting emotional over the last few days. Uh, Listening to some of these tributes, listening to some of these people, some of the personalities on Sirius talk about Kyle Busch the way that they did. Their favorite memories of Kyle Busch. You can't help but like kind of get a little emotional about it. I'll admit it. When Dale Earnhardt Sr. died, dude, I cried straight up for a couple days. I mean that guy was a hero, right? Uh, there's three people in my life that I call hero, right? That I look up to as heroes, and that's my dad, Dale Earnhardt, and Superman in that order. And we've seen Superman die. We've seen Dale Earnhardt die. My dad's the last one standing, right? But we've already gone over that. But there were race results over the weekend. As we mentioned, Daniel Suarez, he took the Kyle Busch signature bow in victory lane. All three drivers that won their series or their respective races this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway did the Kyle Busch bow in victory lane, which I thought was pretty damn cool. Daniel Suarez said we won it for Kyle. He said the Kyle Busch effect is going to be felt for a while, at least. It may not be as loud as it has been this weekend, or even for the rest of the season, but it's going to be felt. It's still going to be talked about. I think that he has obtained that level of legend that Dale Earnhardt has. So if there is a big racetrack in the sky up in heaven, there's a lot of legends up there right now beating and banging fenders, trying to rattle the cage of the new kid. I don't think that that's going to go over real well, because he's going to give as good as he gets, right? At least if history holds true. But yeah, over the not standings. Want the results. Let me see here. Daniel Suarez won his race last night. 55 points was awarded to him. He led 17 laps, including the most important one, which was the last one. A win margin of 0.610 seconds. Christopher Bell, who had pretty much far and away the most dominant car, he kept getting dinged and penalized on pit road, and he kept always having to restart at the back of the field. He passed more cars, literally passed more cars over the course of the night than anybody else. And at one point, I think they stopped counting when he passed 67 different cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think there was a trick on his car or what?
No. I mean, his car was just absolutely dialed in. I think what ultimately ended up costing Christopher Bell the race was Denny Hamlin. The Joe Gibbs Racing cars, I mean, they finished second, third, and fourth. Well, and I say Joe Gibbs. Tyler Reddick was in fourth, and he's a 23:11, but they have that association with Joe Gibbs.
Mhm.
Ty Gibbs, the fourth, I mean the third official Joe Gibbs racer, he finished sixth, right? Kyle Larson finished fifth. So the running order of your top 10 is Daniel Suarez, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, who got the extra championship point by getting the fastest lap of the race at 29.67 seconds. Ryan Blaney finished seventh, Joey Logano eighth, William Byron ninth. He kind of rebounded from a pretty rough evening. And Zane Smith finishes out your top 10. Shane Van Gisbergen, who actually led laps on an oval for the for a pretty good while there. He led, I think it was 11 laps over the course of the evening last night. He ends up finishing 11th. Ricky Stenhouse, Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski, Cole Custer, Alex Bowman with a pretty decent top 20 finish, finishing 17th. AJ Allmendinger, 18th. Corey Heim, 19th. And Todd Gilliland rounding out your top 20. 21st on down is going to be Riley Herbst, Bubba Wallace, Carson Hocevar, Noah Gregson, Ty Dillon, John Hunter Nemechek, Austin Hill running the now number 33 car. Comes in 27th. Cody Ware, Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, Catherine Legg, who tried to complete the double. She was in the Indy 500 Sunday morning. She crashed out of the race a little bit early, so she had plenty of time to get down to Charlotte to get in her Cup car. The first woman, I believe, to do the double. So good on her. She actually finished the race, so albeit she was a few laps down, but she finished the 600. Austin Dillon, 32nd, Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Timmy Hill, Chase Elliott, Austin Cindric, and Connor Zilich finishing 39th. Everybody from 32nd, which was Austin Dillon, on down to Connor Zilich, all crashed out of the race or had to retire early. Next week, they are going to Nashville Super Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 400, which it's funny. And it only makes sense because, Nashville Super Speedway is actually outside of Lebanon, Tennessee, which is in Wilson County. Lebanon, Tennessee is the corporate headquarters for Cracker Barrel. It's not the biggest Cracker Barrel in the country, although you would think it would be, right? Just kind of like Buc-ee's is headquarters down here in Lake Jackson.
It's the smallest one.
Yeah, we've got the smallest Buc-ee's, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But that's going to be the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Super Speedway. That's going to be next Sunday, the 31st. That is going to be a 6 o'clock Eastern or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time start. That will be carried on Prime, which Prime, again, stepping up and just absolutely knocking the coverage out of the park. I immensely enjoy the Amazon Prime post-race show. It's an hour long. And dude, I'm telling you, it's great. I mean, they got Corey LaJoy, they got Carl Edwards, they got Steve Letarte, they got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in there. I mean, it's good coverage. So if you've got Prime, definitely check out the race next week. It's going to be covered on the radio by the Performance Racing Network, Sirius XM Channel 90 in your car or on your mobile devices. And of course, your driver feeds are going to be carried on HBO Max. After Nashville, they are going to be going to Michigan International Speedway for the Firekeepers Casino 400. That's going to be a 200 lap affair. The race next weekend is going to be 300 laps for 400 or 399 miles. Of course, always round up because it's just a little under a 2 mile track. So, there's no way to hit that number exactly, right?
Yeah.
But Nashville Super Speedway is actually a really nice facility. Initially, when the track was built and opened up, the traffic, the city planners or county commissioners, it was just two-lane road, one 2-lane road in and out of that track. That was it. Traffic was a fucking nightmare, dude. And if you lived anywhere near the track, stay home. Right. So I haven't been out there lately since they added Nashville back to the schedule. But I'm sure it's gotten better, because like Texas, the unofficial state bush is the orange construction barrel. So, there's that. Let me see here. What else is going on? I don't really feel like covering football because there's not a lot of football
Yeah,
news
no,
out there.
there's not that much football news right now. I mean, the weekend, the only thing is the Spurs and the Thunders are
Yeah, Spears.
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 There you go.
It's Brittany, bitch.
You're couching my stuff, man.
Right, I'm telling you, the Spurs and the Thunder, they're tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 is tomorrow at 7:30 Central. Right now, the Knicks are leading the Cavaliers in Game 4. They hold a 3-0 lead. It is 10:13 left in the third quarter, 71-51 to the Knicks. Looks like the Knicks are going to be going to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. So,
But
the Knicks may end up winning the whole thing this year. It just depends.
it's because of the curse.
Here's why I want to see the Knicks fail. I want to see the New York City mayor on primetime TV coming up with a conspiracy theory as to why the Knicks lost and making himself look like an even bigger ass than he already is. That's why. That's why I want to see the Knicks fail. Nothing more. Nothing less. It's not that I don't think that the team is deserving because they've obviously been playing great basketball up to this point, but I want to see him fail, like miserably. And if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. Subaru Impreza.
What?
One of the people.
That
Yeah, I'm like, huh. I wonder. Do they like fish?
right now I'm
That's a fishy screen name, dude.
right now I'm talking to Trey, seeing it on Cameo.
Oh.
See if he'll get a cameo for $20 so they can curse the Knicks when the Spurs make it to the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Off to Lord Stanley's Cup playoffs. Right now, in the Western Conference Final, the Colorado Avalanche are trailing the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0. And in the Eastern Conference, Montreal and Carolina are tied at a game apiece. Please, can we keep Canada out of the final for another year, please?
That would be awesome.
That would be great. I'm just saying, it's not a lot to ask. Really. So I have joined the ranks of the PS5 Pro. I'm enjoying that like a lot. I'm just saying, like, load times way down, and dude,
Holy crap!
what?
Not.
What?
It's $200.
What, to get a curse?
For the cameo, yeah.
Well, it just depends on who you're getting.
Jesus.
They're all attention whores anyway. Find you somebody who's on the low end of the totem pole and just tell them what you want them to say and then pay them. They'll do it.
Yeah, I know that. Oh,
It's
dude.
like a monkey. It's like a monkey on an organ grinder.
Dude. There's a comedian that he pays cameos of other people to say like horrible stuff. Like, hey, I just want to congratulate my sister for getting pregnant. I didn't expect it to happen between us, but it did. I mean, yeah, it is just horrible. I've been watching videos of that for like the longest time.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a dad. My sister's pregnant. Oh, holy shit.
Wow. John
But yeah,
Hiraku is like $150.
again, find somebody cheaper, for crying out loud. Even if it's an impersonator, I don't care. Just
Yeah.
don't care. It serves the same purpose. I mean, just because somebody's A-list, Hollywood or whatever, it doesn't mean that,
See,
the voodoo gods are going to listen, that much more intently. I mean,
the number one though is only like $59.
see?
Okay, business video for $250.
See, that's why you don't do business videos. That's why you don't request a business video anyway. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so fun fact, you guys might want to check out your local Walmarts because the one here has gotten rid of all but a few titles of the physical Xbox media. Yeah. Yeah, new titles there's one row. I mean, like, how you go into Walmart, normally they've got a PlayStation, a Switch, and an Xbox section. They just made the transition. They've got the new planograms or whatever they're called. They've got one row of Xbox titles, and they're all new titles. Everything else is being clearanced out. I picked up a copy of Mafia for the Series X. $5 today.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I went over there to try and grab up a copy of Split Fiction for the PS5 because it's on. I mean, they've got it on marked down to $35. And I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and grab that. And I was like, where the hell are all your Xbox games at? And she's like, oh, well, they're all going to digital codes. And I'm like, boo, that sucks, right? It's like, come on, physical media matters. And yeah, so check that out. I mean, I don't know if I don't think that necessarily that it's the publishers or the studios that are doing it. I just think it's retailers that they're trying to get rid of like physical inventory and just go to digital download codes.
You might not be wrong on that one.
But I mean, seriously, go hit up Walmart. Go check out their electronics section. Go check out their games. And you might, if they haven't cleared them out yet, they might be marked down considerably. So, I mean, the lady that was checking out she was ringing up my copy of Split Fiction. She was nice enough they had their Xbox games in a box, locked up in one of their clearance cages. And she pulled it out for me. She let me rifle through it. And I was like, how much is this one? The Mafia game? She goes like, oh, $5. I was like, yeah, bring that up. She goes, okay. So I was like, all right, cool. I mean, she was like, Star Wars Outlaws is, $20. I was like, no, it's on Game Pass. It's like, no. Plus, it's on PlayStation Premium. So I'm like, whatever.
Plus, it sucks.
Well, plus it sucks. So apparently, yeah.
People do not like it.
It's a good thing I didn't pick it up then. What I like about Split Fiction, though, have not installed it yet, have not played it yet, but you do not need multiple physical copies to co-op with somebody. So, like on PlayStation, all you need is PlayStation Plus on both ends, and all I have to do is download a friend pass, send you the code, you download it, and we can co-op together.
You know what else is coming out? Army of Two. They're having a new one come out.
Really?
Yeah.
That was an EA title, wasn't it? I think it was an EA title.
Let me make sure.
I I beat what's out on Subnautica 2.
Oh, really?
Well, because the full story and stuff isn't out yet.
Oh, so you
like,
beat the early access. You completed the early access. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
EA. Hey, you ready to land this plane?
Yeah, because I mean,
I got to
it
work
is what
tomorrow.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to work one day this week at least. I got to show
Yeah,
up.
I'm on call tomorrow and Wednesday, and then I start a set of nights.
Yay.
Yeah. I'd rather work nights, honestly. It's a lot easier to go to work at night than it is to get up at 2:30 in the flipping morning. It's just like, damn. All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is a 46-minute edition of Nerd Sports, but there it is. You get what you get, and we're happy to bring it to you. Be back here, same bat time, same bat channel next week. I don't think I'm gonna be here. What is it? See here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I should be. I should be here in attendance next week also. So,
I'll be wearing my Nolan Ryan jersey.
your Scherzy, your t-shirt.
Yeah, t-shirt jersey.
So, without further ado, I am Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Colin Skelton.
Yeah, don't have to go home, people, but you can't stay here. Praise Dale, raise hell, do it for Kyle. Take it easy, everybody.